Hi guys. Let me roll up a window. Whoops. Sorry about blocking the view. Hi Renee. How are ya? I thought I'd go live while my wife's in the physical therapist. Yeah, I don't look all that great, but I was doing some yard work and stuff this morning, so I'm kind of like messy. Hi Rita and Bobby, Connie. Yeah, I thought I'd give everybody an update of where I'm at and what's going on. Hey, Cryptid, sorry about missing Wednesday. Had the problem with the old eyeball thing on, this side. That's what I thought I would talk about a little bit. Hey, Steve. I had, let's see, what is today? Thursday? So, no, my wife's at physical therapy. I only have probably like 30 minutes, maybe less. But I'll try and get everything in by 30 minutes. But yeah, so this last Friday I had a blood vessel burst in the retina on in my right eye, and it leaked blood into the eye. And I was fighting a cold I got around Christmas time, and it lasted and lasted all the way past New Year's. I mean, it was a really bad one. Went down to my chest and everything. Kept me from going out, doing anything really. And then as I was getting like back to normal, all of a sudden the blood vessel burst in my eye, and then that was it. Yeah, and they had to do the shot in the eye. That I think my handprints are still in the chair. Let me see if I can set this down where it doesn't shake so much. Is that better? I don't want it to shake around. That's better, huh? I forgot my little tripod. I brought my backpack and I had everything, but I didn't have my little tripod with me. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Only I got to get 3 more shots in the eyeball. So once a month. I think the next one's on March 24th. They're gonna do it again. Probably the next month after that, around the 24th again. So they had to do 4. He told me about 4 is will heal it up, and so I'm not looking forward to it at all. But only I'm trying to get out. Like I went out with Adolf and we found the tracks and stuff, but I wasn't 100%. And then the battery died on the camera. That let me know that it was a fresh battery. That's what's weird about it. And then the camera was acting up, so I didn't get any more video with that. That's why the last video I just did had mostly the mini cam or action cam, whatever you call it, and the drone footage, because the other camera malfunctioned. But when I got home, it's all fine again. All the batteries were dead. Even the ones in the pouch were dead. Is that weird? Oh man, it does. It doesn't really hurt when they do it. The pressure when they push on the eye, and then you feel the needle pop into the eyeball. It's just a creepy thing. But then when that numb stuff wears off, oh my god, it hurts. And I still have like a red. You can see where they put the needle into the eye. I have a little red spot. The bad part is I'm on blood thinners because of the 4 stents in my heart. Hi, heart. Speaking of hearts, yeah. So that everything's complicated by the the blood thinner, and I'm gonna find out hopefully this week or next week. They're gonna let me know when I can go see the cardiologist. and see if I can get off of the blood thinners. Because I also have a couple of abscessed teeth, and they don't. I have to do surgery. They don't really want to do anything because of the bleeding thing with the thinners. So, like, I'm falling apart, and it sucks. It sucks to be falling apart. I just turned 61 just a couple days ago, but I don't want to wind up like, oh man, oh, I can't remember his name, but that just passed away. I don't want to wind up like him, so I'm taking care of myself. And I have another project coming up. I don't know if it'll be like up your guys' alley or not. I'm working on it right now. I got all the equipment together. I've been, uh, yeah, Brenton Son. I don't want to wind up like Brenton Son. So I'm taking care of myself. Hi, 450. So I watched Brenton all the time, every time he put a video up, and I was concerned for him, at least for the last 2 years, really, of the things that he talked about. Hi, Jane. How are you? Yeah, I turned 61 on the 24th. He really was a good guy. Way back, a long time ago, when I was with Jeffrey doing the Paranormal Central, he was a small little channel like we were, and he reached out to us. Jeffrey didn't want to have nothing to do with him. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday thing. But I reached out to him and I helped him get kind of started with his channel, and you know he didn't like doing the live thing so much as the record, and I like the live. If you make a mistake or you screw up, it's all it's all that. I need to throw the cigarettes away too. I smoke as well. I cut way back though, but I do smoke. Hi, Overbuilt. Yes, Jesus is the reason for the season. He keeps me going, and he blesses me with all of you guys, believe it or not. If it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't have a channel. I wouldn't be sitting in my car driving it. I get blessed by you guys. I feel your prayers. I love praying for you guys. Everybody, I pray for everybody on my YouTube, all the subscribers. I know maybe some people are uncomfortable with that, but you know, that's just the way it is. I'll pray for everyone, and I accept all prayers coming back. Hi, Miss Sam. How are you? Yeah, me and Adolf went out, and you're more than welcome, and I'm not going to stop. And the ones that even ask for prayer, I double down on the prayers for those people. So me and Adolf were out there, and I was just taking it easy. I was mostly going for the ride, get a little video footage, and mostly like showing the ride, the little adventure we went on, and just that's how I showed the driving around and stuff like that. And I wanted to fly the drone. I'm addicted to the drone. I love all your prayers, 100%, 150%. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to have all these friends all around the world. And I don't care. You guys just have to put up with me. L.A. Marzulli, I never met L.A. Marzulli. I want to. I really want to. I knew Richard Shaw really well. His guy that did all his filming for him. Thank you, Connie. You're in our prayers as well. As we get older, we all have to pray for each other and hold each other up in prayer. But we went out. I went for the ride, and Adolf took his metal detector, and I played around with it. After the camera died, I played around with the metal detector. All I found was bullets, bullet shells, old nails, and stuff like that. But right before the camera died, I was actually looking for little crevices and stuff like that where I could put the metal detector in it and find, just hopefully find a nugget laying there, you know. I didn't really want to dig around. Yeah, me too. I would love to meet all of those guys. The coronavirus. You guys want to talk about coronavirus? I think it's a false flag. I mean, it's not false, but it is. They're pushing fear. If you really look at the flu, okay, just the regular flu, more people have died from the regular flu this year than anyone in the whole world has died from the coronavirus. I mean, if you do your research, you won't be afraid. But if you don't do your research and you listen to the fear mongers, you'll be afraid. But heck, I lived through the SARS, I lived through Ebola, I lived through the 2000 thing, you know. I mean, it's just another thing. It's going to die out. They're trying to get Trump is what they're trying to do. But it isn't going to work. I guarantee you it's not going to work. They're just trying to avoid getting arrested. All these people, like, let me tell you something. I just turned 61, okay? So I lived through a lot of, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. Like, remember when we didn't have to wear seat belts? Remember that? No seat belts. I grew up riding in the back of the truck. I remember riding for hours on a flatbed, and just standing up and holding the headache rack. Riding on the fender of the old pickup truck, and they had the big round blinker on the. They had a big round blinker on the fenders, and I would sit there and hold on to that blinker and have my feet on the bumper. I mean, I would sleep in the back window of the car. We didn't put car seats. I mean, remember, I lived in Oregon when Mount St. Helens blew up, and about that time was when they came out with the spotted owl thing, and it was a vigorous logging industry. What people, the tree huggers don't know is as they log and they take the logs out, they replant. They only have so many acres that they can log on. They don't get to take every tree in the woods. So they replant the trees, and 30 years later, they're back taking those trees from that place again. So they came up with a spotted owl, and then what happened? All the loggers lost their jobs, all the mills closed down, and then it was one thing after another. One thing after another. The little fish here in the valley where I'm at, there's a little smelt fish. They say it was only found here, but then after they passed the law saying that, they had to take the water away from the farmers. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Cold Warrior. A big commercial. Oh, man. I'll fix that, okay? Sorry about that. It automatically does the monetization on these live things, and then later on I go back and fix it. It's a drag, but I fix it afterwards. But yeah, they have the smelt, and so, hey, I dig Daytona and Squiggy. That took water away from the farmers. So now, it used to be that we were like the breadbasket of the world. We fed everyone. Up by the Bay Area, there was lettuce and all that kind of stuff down here. There's tree fruit. In fact, that's what's getting me right now is all these trees are all blooming around here. And I got, I don't know what you call it, but it's like getting my throat itchy and my eyes are watering. But I'm allergic, I guess. Yeah, and we give them more money, and they never do anything. Like in California, they've already passed three different uh, deals to fix the roads. Not one road has been fixed. They put it all to the train to nowhere. It wasn't supposed to go to the train to nowhere. We've been putting money for schools, bond issues for schools, but only they don't have enough money for band. They don't have enough money for all this stuff. It's all a big scam. They've been scamming us and taking our rights little bit by little bit by little bit. You guys know how to eat an elephant, right? You eat an elephant one bite at a time because you can't just gulp that elephant down. Well, we're the elephant, and they want to take control of us, and they want to eat us alive, but they have to do it one bite at a time. Well, they started a long time ago with a plan to put us into slavery, and that was when the banksters came in 1913, I think it was, when they set up the Federal Reserve. Their plan went into action, and they've slowly been working towards making us not a superpower. Trump's turning it all around. He's reversing all these stupid laws. When they did the trade deals, soon as they did the trade deals, all the people, Apple, the steel industry, all that all went away. It went to other countries. Just like the farming here. When you go and get watermelon or peaches or whatever, you're getting it from South America, Mexico. I got it in the right eye. And I'm still blurry in that eye from the blood that leaked into it before I got the shot, or the reason why I got the shot. And actually the reason, I'll talk about that for a minute. The reason the vessel burst in the eye was actually got some blockage, and it backed up and then it popped open and bled into the eyeball. And it comes from the disease I have called RSD. The RSD I have, it hijacks your nervous system. So it takes control of what controls the muscles, like the blood vessels and stuff like that. So because of that, it can start constricting all my vessels, and my blood pressure will go sky high, like stroke high. And then it'll be like that for a week, and then all of a sudden it'll loosen up, and then my blood pressure will drop to where you pass out because you don't have any blood pressure. And it's all from this stupid disease called reflex sympathetic dystrophy. Your sympathetic nervous system, it takes control of it. It makes you sweat when you're not supposed to sweat. It does all kinds of stuff. Well, it's actually the culprit in the eyeball thing. And so, I'm on 3 blood pressure medicines to help control that, but it doesn't have control because the RSD has control. Just like the pain. It's the highest known pain known, and it's called the suicide disease. I've already had 5 people that I know. You know how back in the day when they had forums, I was in the RSD forums and I met a lot of people with RSD. Well, 5 of those people have committed suicide already. And some of them were young, like 23, 24. They didn't see they had a life. It was like giving you a death sentence. No cure. You're not going to die from it, or most people don't die from it. They usually kill themselves because of all the crap that goes with it. Dystonia, you lose like control of your legs and arms. They'll sit and flop around like they're having seizures. I mean, it's the worst thing. And it's actually why Jeffrey got rid of me, is because one day we were doing a photo shoot and they had me in a position, standing in a position where I could not stand like that for very long, and my leg started going crazy, and it was bouncing off of Jeffrey's leg as it was going crazy, and it freaked him out. And our relationship changed after that day, because then he started realizing, hey, there really is something wrong with this guy. And that's basically that. And I can't hike far and stuff like that. So that's what happened with me and Jeff. It's all from this stupid RSD, and that started with a doctor that accidentally blocked the femoral artery in my leg. And 8 days later, I was losing my leg. They did a surgery to remove the embolism that they put in there. It was actually a collagen plug that was supposed to stop the bleeding from the angiogram in 15 minutes. 15, opposed to 50 minutes of direct pressure. So it was really all about the money. So if they could stop the bleeding in 15 minutes, then they can do more angiograms, because they didn't have to hold direct pressure for 50 minutes. So I mean, like, they could do 4 more people an hour. Instead of 1 person an hour, they could do 4 people. And that started me on downhill after that thing. But only, if that didn't happen, I see it as a blessing. I mean, I might be real poor now, dirt poor, because before I worked at a casino and I was an executive, and I had, acres and 2 homes on the acres and all the toys, guns, all kinds of stuff. But only, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here right now. I would be at a casino working 14 hours a day and still loving it, but this is more fun. Believe me, it's a lot more fun. And I have way more friends. I didn't have any friends except work friends. I love this stuff. I love what I do. I know some people, well, I think my time's up. My wifey showed up. So how was your exercise?
Back hurts.
Back hurts? Well, you guys, I'm sorry it was only like 20 minutes. I told you it wouldn't be long. I shall see you soon. I'll try and do this again, and I'll be a little more cleaned up the next time, all right? You guys all take care. You're in my prayers. I love every one of you.